She was trying to for it out. She don't give a. She was in her bag, Fendi and some lane. Asked for a burger, watch in the front seat of the fouled out J. We living so wild like Nas. When she was on vacation. We was on roll like tires. What we gon' that? I'm in my bag like I'm in my bag, my. I'm really just running for money. I'm Love Flow Joe chasing a check. I'm really gon' run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Calm moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Calm moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. I'm really just running for money. I'm Love Flow Joe chasing a check. I'm really gon' run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Calm moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Calm moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Bigger the bag, bigger the beef, bigger the problem, bigger the be one of the all in the same. Broke at the end of the month, Flow Joe, kill more, run it up, keep clean. Never let them touch, fits like temper tantrums. Girl, come back that up, all in the club, and bring all your girlfriends. Girl hopping up about a Pearl 6 Louis speed bag glued to her wrist. She was getting paid, she ain't think a thing, but she was thinking slay. We blade thicker than a Snicker bag. Talking about she don't come with no baggage. Y'all in her bag, I probably should. I'm really just running for money. I'm Love Flow Joe chasing a check. I'm really gonna run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis.
Hello again, everybody. It is the coach.
All right, Coach, thank you. There's a look at New Era Field here in Orchard Park, New York. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Chicago Bears and the Buffalo Bills. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. The number 3 overall pick in 2017 leads them out. He's in his second season now, played his college ball, of course, in Chapel Hill. Mitchell Trubisky.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. The tackle is made by Micah Hyde.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Hey, gotta go.
Trubisky, draw play, gives to Howard, and that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Hard throw, incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
On second down, here's Allen. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Leonard Floyd in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively a dime look, 6 DBs.
All right, here we go. Green.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. It's caught. Jones. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, it's McCoy. Room here to run. Muscles by at the 25. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down. Charles, I think sometimes maybe we take LaShawn McCoy for granted. Been in the league since 2009. He's played 12 or more games every season as a running back. 30 years old this year. What do you see for his future?
I still see a very bright future for him, and you're exactly right. We do kind of take him for granted. Remember, he was with Philadelphia. Then he goes to Buffalo. Buffalo goes through the playoff drought before last season. And the Eagles, they won a Super Bowl without him. So, yeah, we forget just how special he is. But I do think with his running style, he's got many more seasons left.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Now let's go. 3-19.
And now they'll throw with Allen. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
False start, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still 3rd down.
A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
Here's McCoy. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. LaShawn McCoy, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Bills have taken the early lead. Now, this is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you've gone somewhere, but you're really out here in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Again, it's Howard. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Now it's Trubisky. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Now Trubisky on first down. Going for the deep ball. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They'll start on the ground with McCoy. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Again, it's McCoy, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And here's Allen on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And before the punt, time is going to run out on this first quarter. It's a close game here early on. And we're back to upstate New York after this as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This is Howard on 2nd down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
First down, they run with Howard. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his left. And that'll be incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And now it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
A give to Howard. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
Nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Throwing his fails. Pass incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now fails. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And he'll go down at the 28. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Throw left side complete. That's Burton. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Trey Burton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Bills. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play here for Buffalo. 43 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Green,
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Back to the air on second down. It's Allen. Man open right side. It's the tight end Clay. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on third down.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Leonard Floyd. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Field goal forthcoming for Stephen Hauschka. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Detroit!
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Over the middle. That's caught by Miller. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back to Buffalo after this. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
All right, here we go.
Back to throw now on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Burton, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen with Davis. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They're going to look to throw. Finding Gabriel complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On the handoff, this is Howard. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Star Latulele in on the tackle.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Flash those fast feet, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line as he can't get any closer to the end zone. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Here we go now.
They'll set up to throw. The quick slant caught. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Trey Burton with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bears are in for 6.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final. Moments of this second quarter. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes LaShawn McCoy as he trots back out there now. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way. As well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore. Or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. Inside here, caught by Clay. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. So now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Allen hit. He lost the football. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
3-19.
This give is to McCoy. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a 1st down. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we'll send you down. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. On first down, Allen throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to LaShawn McCoy, and that'll bring up second down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Lucky 56.
A give to McCoy. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
Here we go now.
On third and long, it's Allen. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Ryan Allen now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded at the 33. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return, and the Bears take over. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut him down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now Howard. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll drop the throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. A good pickup there, a 22. They'll look to throw here on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Burton. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 5 up, second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw. And Miller with it over the middle. So he got 3 at one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. The Bears on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. getting this one to the 14-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Mike Davis, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. This is going the other way. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I remember when they changed the rule, and there was a lot of consternation, especially coming from the kickers. Okay, how's this going to affect things, having to kick a longer one now? Much more of a field goal attempt. And the defensive guys saw it as an opportunity to get more block.
That's exactly right. There's more effort now. Before, when it was snapped down near the goal line, you would basically see guys just stand there.
Yeah, not anymore. Now, those guys are going after it because not only can they knock it away and change a little bit of momentum,
and get 2 points.
They can pick it up and take it back for 2 points.
Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Play action. Now it's Allen. And he's got his man. It's the tight end play. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him old reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't he? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Here's McCoy. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or two shy of the 30. He got 29 yards that time. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
Going to drop this off to McCoy. Complete. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And Hauschka's kick is good. But hold everything here. They might have hit the kicker. And if they did, that'll be a first down. So forget the field goal. Give them the first on that penalty.
How about that? That's one way to pick it up, but that's doing it the hard way. But they'll accept it.
So how big might the special teams mistake be there? Running into the kicker, and that penalty leads to 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Boom, landed.
Operating from the red zone now. Allen, and this is going to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Set. Green.
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. This complete to the tight end play. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
This is caught. That he's brought down. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively. Back now in Buffalo. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run it with McCoy. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. McCoy, the lone man in the backfield on 2nd and goal. Alone to the right is Jones. Here's Allen, and he's got his tight end Clay. Touchdown, Buffalo. Charles Clay, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills draw a bit closer. Yeah, he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Hauschka adds the extra point, and the lead will shrink to 6. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. Throwing his fails. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now fails. Fighting through pressure. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Kyle Williams able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Here we go.
Allen now on first down. They're going over the middle here to Curley. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They go play action here on first down. Looking downfield for Jones. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Well, when someone other than the quarterback is throwing the football, it's either beautiful or a disaster, and here it was the latter.
Nowhere in between, right? You're exactly right. It takes some fortitude to call that type of a play. But when it doesn't work, oh, boy, you wish you hadn't.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
But Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, this is my Beamer Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Tackle made there by Jordan Poyer. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
He'll look to throw. Miller on the catch over the middle. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away and trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Here comes Josh Allen and the Bills offense back onto the field. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only 1 score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
To throw on 3rd down. Allen over the middle and caught by the tight end play. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there are more people there to get him down.
Now Allen. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Throwing on first down is Allen. And caught by Curley. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there? You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
4 yards on the play, and that leads to the first and goal. They come up on a first and goal, and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They come up on a first and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. Here's Allen on first and 10. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Now the Bills will hustle to the line. He's back to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They were looking to get it to Kelvin Benjamin there. And that'll make it third down. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
He'll look to throw. And is it a touchdown? No signal. No, they say incomplete. They can't hook up here on the fourth down pass attempt, and the Bears will get the football back. So the defense asked to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead. You've got to protect it. And he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
To the right side, complete to Miller. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
Check, Patriot! Patriot! Here we go!
Running with Howard. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. They go with Howard again. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
They'll drop to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Trent Murphy coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Bears, a loss would have really hurt. As it stands, they finish the first half at 3 and 5. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions.